Chaotically Nerdy is made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults for adults and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On this week's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Jared.
And me, Ethan.
And if you couldn't hear him snickering in the background, it's because he made a moan right before I hit record. Not even right.
Jared.
No,
That's what we get for talking about tennis.
it was Ethan.
We were talking about tennis.
Ashley, when you hear this in a year, it was Ethan. The date just has to keep moving out because we keep putting out episodes.
Yeah.
So this week's episode is going to be about the Marvels. It might be my shortest script ever now that I look at it.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might be. I'm not saying it is for sure. This definitely looks like.
we had one that was like the top third of the page.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
It was a waste of paper, really.
we'll get
You
this.
could give us like little index cards.
This one is also a waste of paper.
Well, that's not the only thing this movie was a waste of.
Yep. And we're gonna get into it. So first up, noteworthy actors. It's been long enough. I don't remember who the fuck was in it besides
I
Brie
have
Larson.
one. I made notes on this.
Oh,
Sam Jackson.
was he? Yeah, he was in it.
He's
So
okay.
he's in it.
Yeah, he's. I've also. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've changed it from notable to noteworthy because I feel like whenever we were notable, everybody just starts naming the most commonly good actors, and I mean like the people that do a good job in this film. Not
The one
necessarily-
that played Kamala.
Iman Vellani.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, I thought she was pretty entertaining.
That's Miss Marvel, right?
Yes.
Kid.
She was like a woman version of Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Definitely.
worked. I thought it worked pretty good. That's my one good thing about the movie is actually she was entertaining to me. So that's the one thing.
I've not. It's been a while since I watched this movie, so again, my stupid notes are gonna make me laugh. Ronan the Accuser's new woman because it was, kid. She
Yeah.
had Ronan's hammer essentially. I don't know what their race is.
Kree.
Cree.
Oh yeah,
That's like the whole
That's the whole
Captain
thing.
Marvel
My
thing.
bad.
It's Cree.
that one's on me.
To be fair, the pure ones look like humans, and the not pure ones are blue.
Yeah. Well, this one was a not pure one who
They
literally
look like Ronan.
She's pure.
was she?
Yeah. Darben, yeah, she's
Yeah,
pure.
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Ronan is a not pure,
Impure.
impure. Well, I don't know.
Next up, do you need to watch Miss Marvel first? I did not.
No.
I know Ethan didn't. Did you?
Yeah.
But nothing
It's
that
not
happens in there.
required.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I didn't
I mean,
feel
unless
like.
you're really interested in Pakistani and India history, no, you really don't need to watch it.
Let's be honest. Go to Wikipedia or some other history thing for that. Don't go to the Miss Marvel.
I mean,
Yeah, that
I guess
feels
if,
like a weird direction
It's
to
a
go.
weird
if you like Miss Marvel in this movie and you want to see more of her, you can watch it.
I'll say this.
It's fine.
Go to YouTube and look up
The best.
Pakistani history. And it'll be more entertaining than Miss Marvel. Because I tried to watch it and I couldn't.
The cartoon Daydream, where she's like drawing out things and it's
Mm-hmm.
happening, it was actually done well. It was very childish, but it visually was appealing.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like that scene, which is not a whole lot to say about the movie. The visuals were great. Everything looked good, but it's a Marvel movie. I mean, that's kind of what we expect out of it.
No. Most of the Marvel movies as of late have looked terrible.
Fair enough.
Or at least large quantities of them have.
A large quantity of them, especially going back now and watching some of them, they just don't.
Mostly because of the short lead time that they give them to finalize movies. They'll be making changes for like up to like 4-6 months beforehand, which is not a whole lot of lead time.
I really should have watched this movie again. Next up,
Should've.
the cat would be terrifying to meet in real life. Now, granted, I know about the cat because I remembered it from the first Captain Marvel.
Good goose.
Yeah, it would be absolutely terrifying to see something that is eating.
The flirkin.
Yeah.
I don't think it was animated well.
I don't think it was animated well either. But you see, cat jumps down and opens its mouth up and swallows something whole. You'd be like, what the fuck? Would you not?
Well, yeah, that'd be.
Well, I'd be like, where did I get acid from?
What fever dream
Also,
have I had?
They're like animated bags of holding, because it's not like
Oh, yeah.
eating a thing. Like they ate several Kree,
Yeah.
and it didn't like hurt them.
Yeah.
It's like an extra dimensional space inside this alien cat.
Pretty much.
Which is
I've been there.
You've been in a cat?
No. No, I don't get it. I don't like the cat thing.
Yeah. Next up, I wrote down no more touching shit. Because I remember what happened now. I didn't before right this second. Whenever Miss Marvel was pushing all the buttons in Captain Marvel's ship, right?
Oh, I literally thought this was about them touching the jump portal at the same time. That's what I thought this was about.
It might have been. I feel like Sam Jackson said something about no more touching shit.
That's after that.
Oh, then that's what it is
Yeah.
about. I
Because
thought. Fuck it. I'm stupid.
Monica touches it, and he's like, she gets back, and he's like, no more touching shit.
Yeah. That's true. That's what that's about.
Yeah.
Because that's just Sam Jackson talking. It wasn't even. I feel like Ethan hates me for having to do this. Every time I look at him, I've got a dirty look.
That's just Ethan's face.
Well, so I'm looking through this list you've got here, and I don't agree.
What do you mean you don't agree?
I'm trying to parse together like the great visuals you mentioned, and then like I don't get it.
Okay.
I didn't like the movie. So go on.
The teleporting fight scene.
Yeah, I hate it.
Why?
Why?
I thought it was garbage.
In what way?
It was annoying at the level that the weird like fight scene was in what was it, Multiverse of Madness. It was annoying like that. I didn't like it at all.
Which one? Because there's technically two.
Well,
There's
fair.
the one where they don't have control over it.
Yes.
Is that the one you didn't like? Or the one where they knew what they were doing and were succeeding?
I think it was the second one. So the one where
You
they knew
didn't
what they
like-
were seeing.
Yeah. You didn't like that one?
I did not like that one.
Interesting. Because I like that one. I didn't like. Well, I mean, I guess the first one had funnier moments and them failing, but
Yeah, well, that felt more organic. That's what I like about it.
oh, and I'm not saying it was good by any means.
Oh, no,
No.
no. The where they didn't know what they were doing was better than the one where they did know what they were doing.
It was more. I would rather watch that.
It was more organic than the second one.
I wrote this very specifically in that the teleporting fight scene was choreographed beautifully, meaning that everything was done very intentionally as far as when they did it, which I mean, it's supposed to be because it's a fight scene, but them succeeding while not as entertaining looked better visually.
Disagree. If it doesn't play out in an organic way in a fight scene, I don't care. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care about the visuals. I don't care about the CGI. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to see it.
Listen, I'm trying to get points for this.
Why?
Because I needed notes to make, and it was hard.
I don't know. Go on.
Mind melding seems like a bad idea. Oh, it is. Because,
Especially when one of your characters has amnesia
yeah. And trauma
and trauma.
together. Which everybody's got trauma. The action's great, but the rest seems boring and slow. That's me just saying I liked it whenever something was actually happening in the fucking movie.
That was yes.
That's
It was better when there was but it didn't feel like it was on pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of the time, it felt like they were just paused.
They're talking, and the dialogue was terrible. So, I mean, it wasn't good.
Yeah, it was doo-doo. I'd rather kill myself than have to go to the singing planet. That part I feel like you can agree with.
I could, yeah, I could.
Because that was so it was so bad.
I had the same feeling with that as I did with this past season of Castlevania. Stop singing.
Yeah, they sang
Stop.
a lot. Yeah.
Why? Why are we singing?
Yeah. And then she was like the fucking princess or some shit too. Which means she had
yeah.
to, like, that was even fucking,
It doesn't make sense.
it doesn't. Which is most of this movie. It doesn't make sense. Next up, I had to watch the ship cat eating scene twice. Whenever they're all like climbing aboard and they're all being ate by cats. Mm-hmm. I thought the cats were just starting to murder people. Like, I don't know what I missed. I guess I missed them being like, being used as bags of holding, essentially. I missed that just enough exposition to say that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And immediately was like, what the fuck happened? Because I just seen the cats chasing and eating people. So I had to like rewind it and find it. And then I was like, oh, that makes more sense, but I don't like it. This is just me being curious. How many other kid superheroes have we seen thus far? So you got Miss Marvel, Spider-Man.
He don't count.
I know.
He's not going to be in Young Avengers.
So Miss Marvel, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got that I remember.
There's another one. It's not going to come to me.
Why did I not know this? I literally...
There's another one. Oh.
She-Hulk.
No, she don't count.
I
Well,
know.
technically...
I figured she was too old, quote unquote.
Hulk's son's in that, so technically he would be probably on it.
That's not the one.
Scarlet Witch's kids.
Yeah, that's the one.
Gotcha.
Wiccan and Speed.
That's the ones I was thinking
Billy and Tommy, whatever you're going to call them. That's probably what it'll end up being.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just didn't know how many
With
we'd
probably
seen.
some Avenger thrown in there, like Hawkeye or
Cross your fingers, X-Men.
Sam Jackson. I don't know. Like, they'll have some sort of adult lead, probably, to be like the team mentor.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably throw She-Hulk in there just for shits and gigs. That'll be the team lead.
Could be.
And then next up, any other thoughts? Ethan, you said you took down notes. I want to hear these because I know they're just going to shit on the movie, and I love that.
I didn't like. It's gonna sound strange. There was something weird about the lighting in the movie. The fact that the movie was really colorful,
Yeah.
but because the lighting was like universally the same throughout the whole movie, somehow it made it feel monochrome.
That's a lot of like Marvel stuff. They
It
do that a
is.
lot in movies where
Yeah.
But the ones that everyone likes, like Endgame and Infinity War, those were very dark at times. They felt very dark at times. Thor Dark World, very dark at times. Thor Ragnarok, very dark at times. Iron Man, there's a lot of night scenes. It felt very dark at times. This, throughout the whole thing, no matter what time of day it was, where they were at, it didn't matter. It was like the same lighting quality.
Yeah.
Universally.
Exact same.
It was like in a photo shoot the entire time. And it just felt weird. I didn't like it. I'm not saying that's like a super detrimental thing to the movie, but
there's an odd thing you noticed.
yeah, but the bright, like, so we went over Dune recently, right? So Dune really goes between dark and light all the time in the same scene a lot of times. And it's very, very engaging visually. So if I were to say that the film was filmed poorly, I'm not saying that the quality of like the resolution's not bad. The CGI resolution is generally pretty good in this movie.
The cinematography was poor.
The cinematography was poor.
Yeah.
The choices of lighting was poor. And just because in a movie, just because they have this, because Rogue Planet or Rogue Moon, Rebel Moon, whatever it is. I don't care.
I did not. I thought you were going for Rogue One there.
That's what I thought he was going
Rebel
for
Moon.
too.
Rebel Moon does a good job at the lighting.
Well, that's Zack Snyder's thing.
But that's Zack Snyder's thing. But it doesn't. So just because the lighting is good doesn't make the movie good. Just because the lighting's bad doesn't make make the movie bad. But at times the CGI, like with the cat thing, the CGI felt really weird.
Oh yeah.
At times, other times it was really good. Like you said, like the whole thing with the the cartoon drawing thing, I thought it was done pretty well. And then I felt like a lot of like the acting felt pretty
Bland.
bereft of emotion. Which is odd for a movie that should have been pretty emotional.
Yeah.
And I think that there's two reasons for that. The actress that played the villain, Darbin.
I forget what her name is, but yes.
I got it written here.
I've also got IMDb pulled up.
Zawe Ashton.
Yeah.
Zawe Ashton. It's not a great villain to begin with.
No. It's not very threatening.
But
well, the villain is threatening. The acting and performance is just
the acting is what really brought it down. And well, see what I wrote here is I don't care about the character for the villain. I don't care that it exists or doesn't exist. And I think somehow, and I don't know anything about Zawe. I don't know of anything else they've been in personally. I don't remember, or I haven't seen it. I'm fairly sure it's the actor's fault. I don't think it was good. It could have been the director's fault, but it just didn't feel good. And then I wouldn't say this is a bad note, but I will note that Brie Larson, the portrayal was the same as it always is. I know that Brie Larson is talented because I've seen her in other things, but it really feels like she doesn't want to be there filming that movie.
I think it's like
Maybe
like a Jennifer Lawrence situation, like when she played
been in
Mystique.
it so long.
Yeah.
Not even like so long, but she got so much shit on her
Yeah.
that she's kind of checked out of
I
it.
don't know
Like,
why.
I don't care.
Because I thought Captain Marvel was a good movie. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I could watch it again. I don't think she didn't play a big role in Avengers.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't there the whole time.
That's kind of the thing. Like she's very minimal in those. But is that because she was already checked out?
I don't think
No,
so.
it's just because her character's too strong.
That's the reason.
Her character's
That is a problem with Captain Marvel, even in the comic book. So I mean, it's like, what are you going to do? It's a whole Superman problem again.
Yeah.
And then, but I don't know. I like Brie Larson, but I don't like her in this movie. I don't hate her in this movie because it's very white bread.
Sometimes there's nothing wrong with white bread.
Yeah, if you're having like pimento cheese. But not when I'm going to sit there for 2 hours and try to enjoy a piece of white bread.
That is true. It's kind of it's a stretch.
Stretchy bread.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I hope it's not still stretchy by the end of it.
I don't know. That's what I had written down.
Yeah.
That was my.
that was less notes than I thought it was going to be.
I really thought he was going to
Yeah.
really
I don't
really.
absolutely hate this movie. I wouldn't say it's totally worthless. I know I said that, but I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
What I would say is this is a very mid movie. There's not a lot going for it. There's not a lot going against it.
I could agree with that. It's very mid.
Don't worry, we're not going to get another one.
I know. I'm about checked out of Marvel movies in general, to be honest. Like, if it's MCU, like the only other Marvel movie that I'm looking forward to is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Don't say it because it's MCU.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's the only other one that I'm looking forward to is that one. The rest of it, I'm very checked out on. Like, I couldn't care less if what happens. So now on to the ratings. Rotten Tomatoes has a 62% tomato meter with 362 reviews and an 82% audience score with 2,500 reviews.
Wrong.
It's current. This was like a month ago. It took you forever to watch this movie.
It did.
And then IMDb is a 5.5 out of 10 with 127,000 reviews and a 50 Metascore with 57 critics. So that one stayed the same at least, or close. And then our ratings. I really don't want to go first. Fuck.
No.
It's me. I'll give it just a flat 6. I won't elaborate. I'm done elaborating. Jarrett.
Ethan's gonna be mad at me because I like the movie.
Then you should have said stuff.
What am I gonna say? Like, it's fine. Like, I don't love it. I liked it though. It's good to me. It's enjoyable.
It's just for me. All right, I'll elaborate. For me, the lows are too low and the highs aren't high enough to make up for the lows being that low.
Oh,
That's my opinion on why it's a 6. Because, like I did right, when the action's happening, I liked it. But it felt like a good chunk of the movie. Meh. You also didn't give your rating.
it's a 7 3/4.
So 7.75.
Yeah, 7.5. I liked it. I've seen the movie 3 times, and only on that's because in theaters, and then we watched it
At home. And
I watched it at home, and then I watched it again whenever we were like, I thought we were going to record it, and then somebody didn't watch it. Or didn't finish watching it. And only on the 3rd time was I like a little fatigued by it.
Gotcha.
But that would probably happen with any movie that I
you've-
have seen 3 times in 6 months that I don't love.
I think, I was getting ready to say, you got to really love it. Because
I've watched Lord of the Rings a lot in like a week.
If I don't love it,
Boondock Saints, that's mine.
I could do that.
there's very few movies that I'm like, I'm going to watch this movie 3 times in a year.
God, I need to watch Boondock Saints again.
This is like maybe a 2-time-a-year movie, maybe.
Once.
I can do that.
I'd do once.
I could do 2 times.
I can do 2 times. I'm suggesting 1 at most.
I just pretty much disagree with you guys on all the points, but that's fine. It's an opinion. I'm not like so outraged.
That's the whole
I'm also
thing.
tired.
This
I don't
isn't
have
one
it.
where I would fight
Yeah.
somebody like for or against the movie.
Yeah.
I don't. I found it to be a very.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
If someone were to tell me that this is the worst Marvel movie, I would fight them.
because
It's not.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not. It's not even close.
I like this better than the first Captain Marvel. This is like very close to like the upper half of Marvel movies to me. I found the dialogue to be fun. It's an enjoyable movie. I liked it, but also, I don't know.
And maybe
I
I
don't
went
care
in.
that much though.
Yeah, I may have went in with looking
I
for
also
it to
may
be
have
shit.
not hyped it, but
Downplayed it so much that you then enjoyed it.
no, for you guys, because I was the one that was like, it's actually good. I like it. You guys should watch it. And then you're like, oh, this is not that great. And I'm like, it's fine.
No, I just have problems with it. So, like, I've said it before.
there's definitely
like,
problems.
I can find a problem with any movie.
Yeah, I don't like Dar-Benn as a villain. She's very weak.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if it's the actor's fault or the script's fault. I don't really know.
I don't know. The script was... I had problems with it.
That character just does not work for me.
I can get over a bad script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a Marvel thing. They don't have a lot of good villains. Most of the solo movies don't have good villains. It's a big major flaw that they have. If they do have a good villain, they fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Ultron. Why waste?
Killmonger.
Yeah.
Well, Thanos did get like 2 movies, so I guess it's fine.
Technically, he's doing the first Avengers,
Yeah.
but it's in the background.
There's plenty. But I don't know. I liked the chemistry between the 3 leads. It was fun to me. I wouldn't hate another movie. I would watch it. I don't think we're not going to get one because it's lost $300 million at the box office.
Jeez. I didn't know it lost that many.
Well, it only made like
that much.
150 million. It cost 350 million to make, and then another 100 million for promotion, which there wasn't a whole lot because we didn't even mention that this movie released during the strike.
Oh, I didn't know that it did.
That's why it didn't
do as well.
Well, it's a very
That's like the main reason I'm going to give it generally a pretty solid pass.
because I think if they were able to do press tours, now I'm not saying it went broke even. I don't think it would have fucking made $150 million or whatever. It would have made probably closer to like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, because the cast could not go out and do press presses.
Which, I mean, the whole strike thing is why I can give the dialogue a pass. Because
It wasn't made during the strike. It was just released during the strike.
Yeah, it
the
was
dialogue
made
is
before.
just. I mean, I like the dialogue between those three. Some of the dialogue in the rest of the movie is whatever.
It's not like Love and Thunder.
No.
Love and Thunder's dialogue is utter poop. So,
Yeah.
this is not like that at all.
But
No, you could. I didn't not enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
So you got 7
7 3/4,
7 3/4.
and then you
You're
are going to
up.
be a 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like 6 to 6.5. Really, as I said, it's a mid movie. I don't hate it.
Yeah. I
I can joke about and exaggerate that it's not great,
Yeah.
but it's not on so many.
it's
other
not the
lower
worst
levels.
we've ever watched.
Oh, by far.
Oh, we're going to watch Madam Web one day.
Listen, Sam tried to put that on the other day, like, because it's on Netflix now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And Sam's like, "Ooh, you want to watch it?" And I was like,
We're going to do a whole Sony universe.
"If you want to watch it."
Whenever they release Kraven the Hunter, we're going to watch Morbius, Madam Web.
Listen, I'm all for it. I really am. I know you would hate it, but I think us going in and watching
Shitty movies.
a, like, not series, but series essentially, because they're all tied into the same specific character,
And we just do one episode on it.
and just do one episode and just fucking shit on it.
Yeah.
Maybe I can try to find something good to say about this. The story itself is a good story.
Yeah.
The story itself is a really good story. You could go watch it and you will enjoy it.
Hell, you may enjoy it if you just go watch it. You never know. That's the thing.
Yeah. I could be wrong.
Our opinions are not the word of law.
Not here.
No, not most places.
Not anywhere.
Let's be honest. Nobody listens to our opinions. They don't give a fuck what we say.
Oh, but, I do like the post credit scene for this movie specifically, just
don't
because
I don't even remember what
Kelsey
it was.
Grammer's Beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Monica goes through the multiverse portal when she closes it, and she ends up in Fox universe.
oh.
Yeah, so she might actually appear in
I guess I don't remember that. But
Deadpool. It's a post credit, so if you didn't stay for post credits,
well, I did because you can skip the end credits now on Disney Plus. You literally just skip to it.
Yeah. Your brain no braining.
It's just not remembering.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
your
I don't-
brain no braining.
Yeah, it's the story of my life.
But yeah, so she might show up in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Probably.
I'm not saying she will, but it's a
Also,
it's a possibility.
Let's take a second to talk about that. I hate the internet
Why?
because in one of the trailers it shows several of the past people from Logan's that he's fought, but it's a far away shot.
Are you talking about the one where they're outside of
Ant-Man skull.
yeah.
Yeah. And people have paused and like
Yeah.
zoomed in and
Lady Deathstrike and Sabretooth and a bunch of other people?
they
Yeah,
start naming all of them and like, just let it happen.
that's fine. It's not. I guarantee you, that's not even going to be a big part of the movie.
Oh no, it won't. But
That's
still.
why they put it in the trailer.
Yeah.
It'll be like X-Force in Deadpool 2. It's mega. Who cares? They were in that. I don't know. Sure.
Yeah. But still, like, I just
Look, if it's in the trailer, it's fair game.
it is, but at the same time, I hate it. Which I don't watch a lot of trailers anymore because I don't.
Most modern trailers spoil the movie completely.
Yeah, and so therefore I don't want to watch them.
They play all the funny lines from the movies.
Yeah.
Like, why would I want to watch that when I want to experience it
Well, and then you go
in the movie?
you go in expecting that level throughout the whole thing because you're like, well, if they put it in the trailer, they obviously have to have more, and then they don't.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, if I see like a comedy trailer, I'm like, these are the funny parts. That means that the rest, especially if I don't find the trailer funny, I'm like, this is not going to be a funny movie.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's what
they're
I'm-
not going to put they're not going to put their low bar stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So my takeaway from this is that I need to be more positive about movies.
well, we've been telling you that for years, Ethan.
I think that you
I have to learn it for myself.
What-
I don't disagree.
what I know me and him both do that helps us is we go in with such low expect. Like I expect everything.
You think I don't go in with low expectations?
Obviously not low enough. I go in expecting every movie to be Lucy. And if
True.
it beats that expectation, I'm not mad about it.
Meh.
Which is a very fucking low bar.
It
for me.
is, but I'm not going to do that.
I almost watched Lucy again the other day.
Oh, sorry. You know, I was like, speaking of shitty movies we need to watch for the podcast, Lucy needs to
I
be
was
one of
like,
them.
man,
I've never seen the movie, just off you saying it's like the worst movie you've ever seen. I'm
I
like,
was just so irritated with it. And now I want to watch it again to see.
are you like, am I just being a little bitch?
Yeah, like was it at the time I just hated it and I've held on like I've
Dude.
held on to this grudge for that long.
I remember you came over for Sunday dinner after you watched that movie and you
I
spent
was-
2 hours bitching about it.
I was so fucking mad that I spent money on this movie.
Yeah.
I was so mad. Yeah. But it's on it. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it,
It
was on Netflix.
I don't remember if it is.
I may give it a shot just to see if I don't have to pay for it. If it's
I mean, there's probably like, I say that about movies, but there's probably like maybe a handful of movies that I would think that this was a waste of my money to come and watch that movie in the theater. And oddly enough, out of all the crappy movies I've seen in theater, Hannah Montana is not on that top list of worst movies I've seen in a theater. And that was like 2008, 7.
Probably. I don't even know when the Hannah
why
Montana
did you
movie.
go watch the Hannah?
Yeah, that's my
Montana-
bet.
I don't know. I don't remember. I remember the movie.
He just remembers watching it. I don't know, whatever.
What fever dream made you go watch
I don't
Hannah
know.
Montana in theaters?
I don't know. I was with
Have you ever
people.
walked out of a movie that you've paid for, like a theater?
No.
I don't think I have either.
I refuse. If I pay money, I'm sitting there
Yeah.
the whole fucking time.
I'm trying to think of a movie that I seen that I was just like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
I like that feeling.
And
Apparently.
I can't,
And from what I remember, I liked Lucy up until like the last act, basically.
so there's an M. Night Shyamalan twist in there that's like
Yeah.
that like ruins the last act of the movie. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck this shit.
Well, that's the problem with M. Night Shyamalan movies. If they're not the good ones,
Did he
Yeah.
do Lucy?
No.
Okay. I was
If they're-
sitting here questioning things.
if they're not the good ones, then you don't really find out how terrible the plot is
Until last-
like the last 5 minutes.
Except for, well, I would say you said not the good ones today. I was gonna say Avatar. Or
Except
Last
for
Airbender.
Avatar. Speaking of bad movies.
that you know in the first
It's bad.
30 seconds when she goes,
God.
You're like, nope, it's gonna be
you're
back.
like, I'm out,
Yeah.
bitches.
They are so white.
Ethan, have you ever walked out of a
No,
movie?
he just.
No,
Did you say that? I didn't hear
no,
it.
I'd never watched out.
I don't. I'm trying. There was a.
That's for me. It's because I'm cheap. I refuse. If I've paid, I'm there.
I'm trying to think. I think the
I
worst.
walked out of a movie into another movie that I knew was just starting because I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
But that was just like not because it was bad. You just were like, eh.
I went in for the wrong movie because I didn't realize this other one was on. I was like, I'm gonna watch the one I came for, and I'm like, better not.
I will say I've like paid to rent movies before and get like halfway through
stopped,
and be
yeah.
like, no, not because they're bad. It usually just because they're boring or they just
Yeah.
they don't hook me.
But oddly enough, I'm very patient with movies.
I think the
I've
worst.
seen over 130 musicals.
That's a lot of musicals, Ethan.
It
Yeah.
is.
I am very patient with movies, watching them.
I think the worst movie I ever
That's
seen
why he
was.
didn't really have a comment about the Singing Planet because he's like, yeah, it's just a musical.
I don't like it.
I think the worst movie I ever seen in theaters was My Bloody Valentine 3D.
You watched that in theaters?
Me and Clay went.
We were in like 8th grade when that came out.
No, we were able to drive because he drove.
Are
We
you
had
sure?
Yep, we had to been 16.
Is that the one with Jensen Ackles?
I think so.
I don't think we were 16.
I'm pretty. We had, or well, 15, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll
I
talk
re-
about that one here in a second.
I remember that we went.
I don't remember.
I could be
I don't
thinking of
remember
a
ever
different
watching
one.
that movie.
You're thinking of House of Wax.
No, I'm not thinking of House of Wax.
No, that's with Jared.
Yeah, Jared's in that one. You're getting the Supernatural Boys mixed
I
up.
forget. Honestly, literally, remember that goldfish brain? I forgot which one you said after you said.
Just like you hear Jensen Ackles, you think supernatural guys.
Well, he heard Jensen and then completely forgot who I said, but his brain remembered it was the supernatural guy. And he was like, Jared.
Tangent.
It was 09.
Do what?
It was 09. We were 16.
I guess we were.
It was. I remember because it came out on Valentine's Day. Clay was 16 at that. That was
Yeah, because he turned 16 like a couple days before.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he got his driver's license, and we went and seen it. That was the first movie he got to drive and go see. And I was like, this is. I don't like horror movies anyway. I was like, this is fucking.
Yeah, but why would you agree to go see that? Knowing you don't like horror movies.
Clay was like, you want to go? I'm like, fuck, I guess. I don't know. Sure. Have you never agreed to something because you're just like, I'm bored, I guess I'll go, even if you don't like it?
No.
So,
Like, ever since I had my license, if I didn't want to do something, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'll go home.
I like being at home. That's like my favorite thing to do.
Well, it's like,
Be at home.
for me, it's if I don't
Also,
want
I
to do
like
something.
watching movies in theaters, so I was like, maybe it'll be different.
I agree with
don't
that.
know.
Like, I miss going to the theater and watching
I actually,
movies.
you know, now that I think about it, I might have third wheeled on a date. I'm not sure.
Considering it was Valentine's
It
Day?
probably was.
Probably.
But
It was a date, and you
I
were there
know
on
for
Valentine's
sure
Day.
he invited me to go.
That was. We'll talk
And I
about
was
that
like-
here in a minute too.
Wow, I gotta dig in there. What's up with that?
You wait a minute. We'll talk about it.
Look, we were very codependent at one point in time.
Yeah, at one point in time, but we'll talk about it here in a minute.
Well, I
we
mean-
need to wrap this up.
No, you've got.
It's like 36.
Yeah. So, Lucy, was your least favorite movie you ever saw in theater?
Yeah.
No,
In theater. Now,
Oh.
I have not seen a whole lot of movies in theater. I just didn't like. That's my thing. I didn't go to movies. I didn't watch movies when I was younger. It's not. No, I did not, Jarrett. That was your thing.
No, poor.
Oh, poor.
Not porn.
I thought he said he watched porn.
No.
And I was like, no,
He was poor.
I was poor.
He lived in a trailer.
So I was poor. That was why I didn't go to
Yeah.
movies that much. The flip side of not watching movies is because I went to my grandparents on the weekends.
Yeah.
And my mom and my stepdad always rented movies for the weekend. I was not home, so therefore I just didn't watch the movies.
Well, okay. What was your least favorite movie you saw in theater, Jarrett?
I just said it.
What?
My Bloody
My
Valentine.
Bloody
Is it
Valentine.
really? That's the one?
Yes. I've seen a lot of movies, but that's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Really?
In theaters or out of theaters.
Mine is it's a two-way split. It's either Skeleton Key, which is
I've never seen that.
It's really
Really bad.
It's
The
just
name
a
seems familiar.
pseudo horror movie set in, was it Louisiana? I can't remember. It was garbage. Not only that, but I was at a drive-in, so I was outside watching a movie.
Drive-ins suck in Missouri. It's
They
so
do.
fucking hot here.
It was like where I don't even remember. Was it like somewhere near Van Buren?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
where
have
it's
one.
at.
Yeah,
Well,
that
they have one
sucks.
there and they have one in Sykeston.
Is there one in Saxon now?
There was one in Sykeston.
I think there's one in like Chaffee. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way,
Again, why would you go
It's
to
either
drive-in?
that or for a totally different reason, a sausage party.
that
I
one.
could have gone my entire life without seeing that. Now there's funny bits in it,
Yeah.
but
Aren't they making a second one?
Yeah.
God
I think so.
damn, that movie should have. Whoever made that should have been burned alive.
You also don't like Seth Rogen, so
I don't.
yeah,
Didn't
that's
Seth Rogen make it?
yes.
He like produced it, wrote
Wrote
it,
it,
whole nine.
starred in it, directed it.
Seth
Yeah.
I don't
Rogen,
know if he directed it
Rogen
actually.
ruins everything he's in.
He didn't ruin
Well,
Invincible.
when he didn't ruin Mario, he got close, but he didn't ruin it.
Got
Oh,
close,
he did get close. I did not like him in that.
but yeah.
All right, let's wrap this
Look,
up.
I literally helped us vamp for 30 minutes. You're welcome.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. It was 16 minutes before
Yeah.
we started. Before we started vamping, whenever we got down near the end. We thank you guys for listening. Use the link in the description below. You can find all of our social medias and all the fun stuff there. You can find a link to our Discord where you can talk to us about your least favorite movie
Yeah.
that you've ever seen in theaters. That's the specific one to take away from this. And we appreciate you guys listening. We will catch you on the next one.
Deuce.
Adios.